And welcome into a special edition Blue Streaks halftime show interview. And sitting down with us for this halftime interview is a very special guest. He's a guard for the men's basketball team. We are sitting with John Carroll guard Chase Toppin. Chase, thanks so much for stopping by.
No problem. Appreciate you having me. For
sure, man. So just right before we get into your experience at John Carroll, just have to address that when you started your collegiate journey, started at Lake Erie College, and this was 2 seasons ago, and then ultimately last season you end up transferring here to University Heights. How did you ultimately decide on JCU?
Coming out of high school, my 2 options were Lake Erie and John Carroll, and I kind of ultimately made the decision to go to a free college, but just wasn't the right fit. And as soon as I found that out, I texted Coach Moran, I'm looking for a new home, and he welcomed me with open arms. So I'm forever grateful for that.
So it sounds like the close ties were already there.
Definitely.
And yourself from the Cleveland area, from Cleveland Heights, you played at St. Ignatius under head coach Cam Joyce, and just a lot of ties with you and your current teammates.
Yep.
You ended up playing high school basketball with Henry Rayner and Will Yontek, but also you played AAU basketball with Luke Chacon, Luke Frazier, Luca Eller, and Connor O'Toole. What does it mean to you to be playing with all of these teammates you've already had now at the collegiate level?
Yeah, I'll say for a chemistry thing, it's right there. It's never left. Like I said earlier, with playing all those with Luca, Connor, it was like a dream of us to play at the high school level together, even though we didn't do that. But to get all back together at the college level is something truly special to us. And for Henry and Will, those are my guys. They've been my guys for a couple years now, and just to be back with them is something special to me as well.
Certainly, the chemistry and close ties have been doing well for you guys.
Exactly.
15-2 through 17 games so far this season. Now, just real quickly, I have to mention it just because of the AAU days.
Yeah.
My brother Luke Petoskey, currently a graduate student here, called some games with me here at WJCU. You played some AAU basketball with him as well for at least a couple of years. You guys played for a team called Lake Effect. Your older brother Cam was also on the team. Just what were those days like?
Oh man, those days were a little too much fun. Being the younger guy playing up with them, I just got a bunch of knowledge and stuff like that from them. But just hanging out with them off the floor too was some I'll cherish forever. I'll say that. Yeah.
That's great. So a lot of experience early, high competition, and it has certainly prepared you here for the collegiate level. Now, just talking with you about last season, because you got here before the other group of 8 transfers got here this season. You got off to a fantastic start. You played in 8 games last season. You averaged nearly 19 points and 5 rebounds a game, along with 5 assists per game, but you did end up suffering a season-ending injury last season. What did you ultimately learn from that experience? You got off to a fantastic start, but then coming back from that season-ending injury going into this season.
I've never really had a major injury, I'll say, like that, so it was definitely a humbling experience for me, just to realize, at any moment something like that can happen, and just being able to go out there and play the game that I love now, especially with the group of guys we have now, is that's something real to me. That's something real special.
So a lot of hard work and obviously preparation off the floor getting into this season.
Definitely, yep.
That's great. So once again, for our halftime interview here, John Carroll guard Chase Toppin is our guest. So through 17 games this season, you currently rank 3rd on the team, averaging just over 10 points per game, also nearly 4 rebounds and 2 assists, and you're averaging just over a steal per game as well. What has been working well for you personally this season so far?
With Luke Chacon, Luke Frazier on the team, they're studs. There's no doubt about it. But I guess I'm kind of looked at as like a 3rd option, and I consider myself a pretty good 3rd option on the team. So just playing with these guys, they're putting me in positions to be successful, and I'm just taking advantage of that. That
really kind of just is a testament to the type of depth that you guys have. Just talking earlier this season with Luke and Luke, both of them, just talking about it could be anybody's night at any given time.
Yeah. Like you said, we're deep. We got a team who, on any given night, someone can go for 20, 25, 30, something like that. So, and we all know that too, and we all just buy in together. We all just want one goal, and that's just to win. So,
and just kind of talking about how much everybody plays on the team, because Coach Moran, he likes doing those 5-man platoon swaps, what I like to call them, just 5 in and 5 out.
Yeah.
So in terms of this season, the first 5 games, you were coming off the bench, but still getting starter quality minutes. But now you've started the last 12 games. How did you adjust to this role change, and how has your mindset been just throughout that entire course of the season?
Starting off the season, like you said, I was coming off the bench, and I was playing the primary point guard position, which I'm comfortable with. That's the position I've played all my life. But now I've been starting kind of playing that 2 guard position along with Chico and Frage. But like I said earlier, our chemistry with those guys, I can play with those guys no matter what position you put me in. So I think I've gelled pretty nicely with them.
It almost sounds like some positionless basketball at that point.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it, yeah.
That's great. So we've talked a lot about you playing basketball on the hardwood, obviously, but now we're just going to transition a little bit off of the basketball court. So you're currently a sophomore here at John Carroll, pursuing a degree in sports studies. I know it's a little bit earlier on in your college career, but do you have any idea what you'd like to do after college?
No, yeah, definitely. I would love to stay with the game of basketball. I mean, basketball is just something really true to me. But being like a coach or a scout or something like that for hopefully like a high major school would be something lovely. But I mean, right now I'm coaching a little 8th grade AAU team right now. Got tryouts right now, but with me at the head coach, I think we're gonna be all right.
Oh, great. Yeah. So really, that influence on the game that you've had. I mean, you're still playing it at a high level right now, but the fact that you're giving that back to others as well, it's a great thing to hear, man.
For sure.
Hopefully that goes well for you.
Thank you.
So you are getting into basketball coaching kind of right now. What do you enjoy doing when you're not on the basketball court?
Oof. I mean, it's just, I'll say, really spending time with my friends. I mean, my best friend is my twin sister. So when she goes to Kent State, whenever I can go see her, it's just a fun time. It doesn't even matter what we're doing. Just being with her is a nice little time for me. And same with my brother as well. I mean, I know he'll take a little heart to that. But just being with my family and friends is something real to me.
Something else I couldn't help but notice just in terms of earlier this season, I did see you at a practice with a microphone, kind of like interviewing a couple of your teammates.
Yeah.
I think perhaps trying to get to some coaches too. Any sports reporting idea at all in your potential future?
I definitely could do something like that. I mean, you could take me on your wing, show me the ropes. Let's do it.
Alrighty. Hey, who knows? I mean, I'd certainly like to do that. That sounds like it'd be fun. So, yeah, we'll have to see how all that goes. So that was just great to see, you talking with your teammates. So I'm going to go into our final segment here. Do want to thank you once again, Chase, for taking the time to be with us here.
Sure.
I call this segment Fast Favorites. It's just a couple quick topics, and you just give me what your favorite is in each. All right, sounds good.
Sounds good.
So first up, what's your favorite food?
Probably chicken. Anything chicken, really.
Favorite show?
Family Guy.
Alrighty, favorite movie?
Ooh, no, that's a good one. We're probably going to say Love and Basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really
so
good one.
having to do with basketball
having
too?
To do basketball, yeah.
Sounds fitting, I would say. Favorite music artist?
Rod Wave. Rod Wave, yeah.
I think Chacon might have told me that as well.
It's funny you say that because he'll probably say he is the #1 Rod Wave fan, and he knows I am. So it's okay, Chico. We know who the #1 Rod Wave fan is.
Oh, that's great. So is he a part of like your pregame hype list if you're going to play that?
He's not more so hype, getting really amped up for a game, but I mean, he's in my ears all the time, so I'll still listen to him.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And lastly, because we can never talk enough basketball, your favorite all-time basketball player?
Probably LeBron, the GOAT. Yep. GOAT James.
And how about the success he's had, I mean, since he's turned 38 years old?
Exactly. What? That's a little crazy that 38 man could do that.
Just unbelievable. But yeah, certainly a great influence in the Cleveland area as well. So a lot of the Cleveland area people probably side with you on that as well.
Exactly.
So, Chase, that's just about all the time we have. Do want to thank you once again for taking the time to be with us, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Sure, appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
That was John Carroll guard Chase Toppin sitting down with us for a special edition halftime interview. And coming up, the rest of tonight's coverage of our matchup between the D3Hoops.com 8th-ranked John Carroll Blue Streaks and the D3Hoops.com 3rd-ranked Mount Union Purple Raiders. Right here on your home for the Blue Streaks, WJCU.org.